Hi guys, Mermaid Molly here. I wanted to do just a fun video because this week I had my first event in my Whimsy and I was super excited about that. And I have the Fantasea Fin 3. So I was super excited to get to try this tail out. Now I already have a Spellbound. So since I had my Spellbound, the Spellbound is the only tail that I've been performing in. And so I thought, okay, this is going to be different to go back to a fabric tail. And I was interested to see how kids would react because these tails are so amazing. Like when I started, the only thing that was really available through Mertailor other than the silicones were and I wasn't ready to jump right into a silicone, were the eco tails. So I worked with an eco tail for a long time. And I mean, I was able to convince kids that that was real. So I figured, let's give this a shot. These tails are absolutely gorgeous. So I just wanted to share my experience. So you can see here, sorry, my dog is right next to me. She might get grumpy. So I have the Fantasea, oh my goodness, hold on, sorry, it's stuck on me. Fin 3, as you can see, look. Oh, it's gorgeous. Sorry, Joel, I know I'm making you uncomfortable. You can't see her, she's out of frame. She's right here, and she gets grumpy. So that's this. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It weighs 15 pounds. My Spellbound is 33. So going from 33 to 15 was like awesome. But this thing is so great. I'm so sad that I still haven't had an opportunity to swim in it. I live in Michigan, and so what happened is by the time I got my tail, all of the pools were like closed. So I have a couple of friends, like one that lives in an apartment and another that has an indoor pool. So I'm going to try to hit her up when she has time, see if I can get in on her pool because I really need to swim in this thing. For the event that I had this weekend, she wanted silicone. So I'm doing the Spellbound for that one. But I am giving people the option now because what I love about this is my silicone is like very, very realistic. But it's kind of like darker. And so this one is so look at all the colors, and I love the fins along the side here. They're just so floppy and beautiful. It's really, really gorgeous. It's kind of stuck right now, but yeah, it's a really, really beautiful tail. So I wanted to just share my experience. It was a really wonderful experience. It was actually really cute because like every single kid that came in was just jumping up and down with excitement, and they just could not believe it. They all said, oh, we've never met a mermaid before. So they were super stoked about that because sometimes you'll run into kids, you know, when I still had my fabric tail that had already met a mermaid in the silicone tail, and they noticed the difference sometimes. But these kids, they didn't ask at all. Like I expected to get those questions like, oh, why is it so soft or this or that? Nothing. They were absolutely amazed. The only thing they cared about was that there was a floppy fin. And that was so exciting to them that they could like touch it and do this and like feel that it was all floppy like a mermaid's tail would be. And they thought it was so pretty and they kept wanting to touch it. And I would just say, oh, isn't it so soft? And I think they liked too that through the monofin here that you can feel all through the fluke like this. I don't know if I want to call it boning or what I want to call it, but you can feel that through there. So even when they're feeling it, it's soft, but then they can feel the detail underneath, which I really like. So it was a success. It was wonderful. Not a single kid accused me of being fake, which is great because there's normally always one of those. And there were a lot of kids there. So this weekend, my event, I'm going to do that in my Spellbound. But pretty soon, I'm hoping to have an event in water in this baby. One thing that I loved about it too was this last event that I had this week. Had a pretty big setup for it. Like I had to set up my clamshell, I had to set up music, I had to make sure the treasure chest and the books were ready and everything. So the wonderful thing about having this there was that I was able to get into this tail so quickly. Like it was just a breeze to get in and out of. I love, love, love my silicone, don't get me wrong, but it does fit snug. I probably should have like given a little bit of bigger measurements when I gave them my measurements, but I gave exact measurements. I didn't give any like wiggle room at all. So it is snug and it takes me a while to get on, whereas this was so easy to get on and off. And I was there for an hour and a half and I was totally comfortable. I didn't have leg pain, ankle pain, knee pain, anything like that. It was just super, super comfy. So I just wanted to share that I was really, really excited and impressed. I can't wait to get more tail skins for this baby. I was so torn between the 2 and the 3, and honestly, I still really love the 2 and some of the tail skins that go with the 2. So I might end up having to get a 2 as well. But I will say that the Fantasea Fin 3 is so wonderful, and it's so comfortable and easy to move around in, and nice to pack. I packed it in a tiny little suitcase, and I was very careful, but I was able to kind of, and they say obviously not to leave it like this for long, but anyways, sorry about that cut there. My dog was being difficult. I was able to roll it up in the suitcase, not roll it, but I was able to kind of fold it over itself. And I was just very, very careful when I zipped up the suitcase to make sure that there was no way that I was going to catch any of the fabric, because that would be devastating to like catch the fabric in a zipper. But long story short, this was extremely easy to travel with. And so that's really nice too. Like if I want to take my tail on a trip or something like that so that I can get some beautiful photographs, I think that the Fantasea Fin 3 with whatever tail skin I choose to go with it will be perfect for travel. So anyways, this was just a fun video, but I hope that you found it helpful. If anyone out there is thinking about getting this tail, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about it. I'm just loving it so far, and I think it's wonderful. So, okay. I hope you're all having a good night. Bye.